Good evening, Cancerians. Welcome to your March 2025 Kabbalistic Tarot card reading. All right, get right into it. Let you know right off the bat that, of course, if you want to schedule a personal reading with me, all the information to do so should be in the description below. We'll be using two trees, even though it's just one tree. We'll be using the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of death, of good and evil. Basically, it just means we'll be using 11 cards and 11 Sephiroth instead of 10. Normally we wouldn't do this because it's frowned upon. It doesn't matter. It's the way I read for me, and so it's going to be the way I read for you today, for the month of March 2025, Cancer. Alright. Already invoked Taru, so we're good to go. We will be using Thoth Tarot. Is there anything else you need to know? Oh, I think we're good. Cut the deck. We'll lay the cards and then we'll get into it. Thanks for being here, Cancer. Okay, the All, the heart of the matter. The Fool. Wisdom. Hot expansive force. Two of Swords, Lord of Peace. That consolidates into understanding, where you have the Queen of Swords. And in your world of creation, you have the the Princess of Cups in love and power. You have the Chariot, Cancerian energy. Mild expansion into truth. You have the Three of Cups, Lord of Abundance. Mild expansion. And you have Magus for victory. In Splendor, you have Failure. Someone just had that before. It confused me then, it confuses me now. But we'll get into it. In your foundation, Cancer, you have the Knight of Wands, Fire of Fire. In your manifestation, or your embodiments for the month of March, you have the Nine of Cups, Lord of Happiness. Now, in your knowledge, at the head of your second tree, you have Nine of Wands, Lord of Strength. Okay. Thank you, Spirits, and thank you, Cancer, for being here. Cheers. This is a fun, interesting looking tree, so let's get right into it. Cancer. The head of your internal tree, the tree of life, you have the Fool. I personally put the Fool right there in pure consciousness, in the All, pure awareness. Why? Because, well, the Fool is coming out of Ein Sof, three veils of nothingness, and the Fool is all about becoming something, right? Taking that leap, taking that plunge, taking a chance, right? Taking a leap of faith on something. You're not sure if it's going to work out. If it's not, gravity is there. You take a chance. The Fool is impulsive, he's fearless. He's starting something new. He's breaking down the old ways and coming up with new ways. Now, he may be seen as crazy, courageous, a little bit of a lunatic. The Fool doesn't care because the Fool is becoming something, all right? Cancer, whatever you're becoming, maybe you're becoming a lover, you're becoming a dancer, you're becoming a student, whatever it is you are becoming, you are very aware of this, and in the month of March, this is where your awareness is at inside. You are becoming something, for better or worse. And that's awesome. To me, I feel. Okay. That expands into wisdom. Your wisdom is brought to you by the Two of Swords, Lord of Peace. right where it's supposed to be. Okay. Now this is the mind that is expanding beyond itself through meditation, through prayer, through creating distance, by inwardly attuning oneself, sort of. Yes. So you have the two swords here, and they're piercing this flower, and it kind of represents focus. So your wisdom is telling you, or informing you, Cancer, you need to focus, you need to practice, you need to prep. Warns against implicability, which means if you want things to be a certain way, exactly to be a certain way, be careful of that. Things can't be perfect, and that implicability could lead to inaction. So be careful of that too, with the Two of Swords. Your wisdom is informing you. By Spirit Wars Tarot. Okay. What else? Yes, intently listening to inner silence, I already said. Unconvinced, unwilling, unable. You are becoming something, but you might not be 100% on board, so you are going through all of the necessary mental work to make sure that you are ready to expand beyond and become something. Again, whatever it is, it's not my business, I don't know, but you do. You do. Okay. That hot, expansive force, peace, turns into cool, consolidated form. You have a Queen of Swords here in understanding. And TMA, this is where the queens are supposed to be. And probably a lot of other places, this is where the queens are supposed to be. I put them in Splendor, but that's not important. It is just, it's interesting to me that that you have a queen here in understanding, because that's classically where they are. Now that you know that, Queen of Swords is a card that says that you are sharp, that you are assertive, that you are reasoning in a crystal clear manner. Right? Everything you're doing, you have a reason, and you can explain it to anyone who's going to ask you what's going on. Oh, I'll tell you what's going on. And you can carry out in an independent, careful, and skillful way. Right? Could also be a card of perceiving one's dependencies, whatever they could be. It's a card that may make you seem like you're seemingly cold, but you're not. Right? You just seem cold because you are expanding and you're focused. And to the outside world, it may appear differently. All right, what else with her? She's independent, she's self-reliant, she's competent, but she's not showy, and she has presence of mind. She knows what's going on, right? She's sitting on a big old cloud. This cloud could represent a whole bunch of different things. I'm not really sure, but clouds, there's a lot to clouds, I've learned recently, okay? And clouds are, you can divine through clouds, all right? So whatever it is, this cloud that you're sitting on, that she's sitting on, I feel like you, Cancer, intuitively, I feel like you are sitting on some idea or ideas, okay? Independent, insightful. This is your form in your world of emanation and prayer. Queen of Swords. Very focused energy I feel here so far. Okay. We're going to move right into knowledge, all right? Dath. This is how you're showing up to the world with your knowledge, right? This is your external tree, the head of your external tree. And it's in between the world of emanation and creation. This being, all of that says to me that you know to become whatever it is you need to become, you're going to have to draw upon abundant resources, you're going to have to be very flexible, you're going to have strong boundaries, you're going to have to not get deluded by delusions of grandeur. But this nines are a continuation of the path of mastery to culminate and accumulate as much as you want or as much as you can. Now there's no Eight of Wands here, but it suggests that after an Eight of Wands, you know exactly what it is you need to do on that path of mastery, and you go and do it no matter how far, see the bow and arrow, how far, how hard it may be. You do it, and you do it with confidence, and you do it with commitment, Cancer. And this is how the world is seeing you. This is how you're showing up in the world. Internally, you're becoming something, but externally, you're showing great strength. You are a strong, unshakable force. To be reckoned with, right? All right, mild expansion or hot expansive force in the world of creation, or the universe of creation. The Sephiroth of love. You have the Princess of Cups. Now, this is interesting because now you're starting to get creative. Okay, I've got this thing I want to become. I'm focused. I know why I'm doing it. I'm showing I'm strong, literally. And now, as I expand out into creation, it's like, okay, I'm a novice. I'm a princess. I'm moving with my emotions, and that's fine. Your brilliance. You don't want to get seduced by naive. Yeah, you don't get seduced by naive, selfish, or coquettish self-deception. What that means is, if you're in a kind of thinking or creation where it's like, oh yeah, I could do this, right? I could probably do this, but maybe in your gut you're feeling like, probably not though. Be careful. Not even be careful, just be mindful. Just bring awareness to it so you don't make any mistakes emotionally. She does encourage you to open up emotionally, express hidden feelings and desires. Maybe you need some help with whatever it is you are becoming. Maybe you're trans, I don't know. She instinctively does the right thing. She has a great intuition and decisions relating to a profession, so that's good. Romantically, she represents two people gently and cautiously approaching one another. So if you are in the market for love, that's what's going on for you. It's real. She's very curious. She's very romantic. She's an enchanting seductress. And she has a quiet happiness about her. Kind of like your manifestation here. Let's continue though, because I could go on about the Princess of Cups. She's a princess. Okay. That hot expansive force moves into cool consolidated form in the world of creation. In your power, you have the Chariot, Cancerian energy. Now, this is good. Or I like this because this is coming right underneath the Queen of Swords, who knows what she's doing. And the Chariot is ready to do something, right? It's the incubation. It's the commencement of life through incubation and form. It separates itself as a vehicle of its own activity, right? It does what it needs to do. Control, action, courage, obedience, faithfulness, victory, Cancer. This card is so intense. It says that don't think by just setting out to do something that it's already done. Even though that's a great attitude, be careful. Do it. Do it all the way. It encourages you to tackle a goal immediately, decisively, and with purpose. And this is under your Mars. Mars is courage, the will to live, fight, anger, frustration, ego. No, not ego, but conflict. Right? All that kind of energy. Right in there, right in the card. It's your power, Cancer. And it's your card. Your card is your power for the month of March. Whatever it is you're going to do, whatever it is you're going to become, you're going to do it. Not like it's really easy, but you're going to do it. And you're not going to stop until it's fucking done. Pardon my French. But you're not going to stop. This also may be a challenge for you. But if you take this attitude, and if you don't stop, if you don't stop until it's done, you'll be good, okay? Hope, bravery, triumph, authority under authority. You got this, Cancer. Whatever it is, you're going for it. I love it. Okay. Now that power takes a mild expansion back into the middle pillar, where we have truth. Many people call it beauty, or Tippereth, or personal localized consciousness, which I like. You have the Three of Cups, Mercury and Cancer. Now, Mercury and Cancer is, well, you have Mercury here, and you have Cancer over here. It's a 3, right? And 3s are, you've done well enough with the 2 and the Ace, right? You have the Ace, you have the, I mean, there's not an Ace here, but I'm saying just with numerology, you have an Ace, you have an offer, you have a 2, you say, okay, let's do it. And 3 is where you've done so well with the 2 and the 1, and you say, okay, let's bring someone else in on it. All right, let's make this a group thing, a group effort. And that's what the 3 of Cups is about, right? A celebration of abundance, rapport, support, temptation, and joy. Good business deals. Platonic friendships. Those are nice sometimes. Promising projects, contracts with good prospects, right? You are expanding out, Cancer. At least from where you're standing in your ego. You are starting to feel things. You're starting to feel things like deep gratitude and joy and happiness and passive success, right? That's not too burdensome. The kind of success where it doesn't really matter what happens because you're just having a good time in the present because you're letting other people in on it, right? You're letting that hard shell open up a little bit. And it's nice. It's not forever, but it's nice for March. Now, your personal localized consciousness, your truth, it expands. It wants to win something. It wants effort. It wants victory. Your victory is brought to you by Magus of Power, okay? AKA the Magician. This guy or gal transparent intelligence. He can see the divinity in everything. And he also brings in the idea of form and limitation. He separates here from there, coming from going, turns the absolutes into self-knowledge. It's interesting. Okay. And he's in your Venus, relationships, love, balance, aesthetics, things like that. You are becoming not just something, but you are motivated to become a master of whatever that thing is. Because it feels good. Na 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 na. Right? It feels good. Mercury in Cancer. Mercurial energy. It feels good. All right. So I'm going to practice. I have potential. I've got skill. I've got elasticity. I've got you. Bum, 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 bum. I like James Brown. Okay. What I see here, though, for you, Cancer, and your efforts and your victory is you putting in an honest effort to be good at whatever it is you are becoming. At least that is what your victory is informing you. Your victory is informing you to get good at this and not to do it alone. right? You let some other people in on what you're doing, and it feels good. And in your world of relationships and love and aesthetics and all this stuff, it's saying, let's get some other people to help us out. Let's learn, right? Because we're not all on our own. Not that the Princess of Cups is a card of loneliness per se, but I feel like she's, anyway. At any rate, that's High Expansive Force with the Magus, with the mastery and all that stuff. Having the highest perceptions and achieving awareness of wholeness and all this stuff turns into cool consolidated form. In your splendor, you have the Seven of Discs, Lord of Failure. And this is a dark card, literally. Well, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. What are sevens? Sevens come after sixes. Sixes are when you start to be able to observe the current of a situation or a tide, right? Oh, I can see this is how this is going. Okay, this is how this goes. This is how something changes, right? Discs are change. And so Moon in Taurus, 6 of discs, you have success because you start to see how to manipulate a system or work a job, and you have success. Then you move into 7 after you recognize the tide or the way a certain thing goes, and you say, okay, now that I recognize it, I can make a decision to either keep going with it, to put all my effort into it, or to not do that because maybe it's not growing the way I thought it would, right? Maybe I don't want to keep going with a certain tide. The choice is up to you. This card, encourages you to recognize something that is futile and to turn away from it and start over, right? This is a bad return on investment. This is a bad circumstance. And that's all it is. It wants you to recognize what is transient and threatening about life so that you can change it and walk away from what you don't need anymore. This being in your splendor tells me that you are letting go of what no longer serves you. I was just in a bookstore looking at a whole bunch of comic books, and I was like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. I had a pile of 4 of them. I used to read comic books a lot. It's okay. And then I was like, as much as I would really love to read all these comic books, don't have the time. Don't have the time. And if I made the time, that would kill everything else I'm trying to do right now. That would kill the Magus and me, right? Because all my attention will be focused on comics and not things I want to be focusing on. That's another thing about the Magus. It's the power of attention. It's about the power of attention. What you pay attention to, you give life to. What you don't pay attention to withers and dies. So what you're not paying attention to, Cancer, let it go. Don't cling to it, right? Don't cling to anything that's wilted. And if you fail at something, let it go and move on, right? Don't get emotional about it. Don't wonder if it's worth it. Just let it go, okay? Thoughts, communication, travel, this is under Mercury. All those things. You get the messages to let it go, even if it's hard. Like I let those comics go tonight, just let them go. Because you can't do anything more with the 7 of discs. Alright. Now, in your rulership, your foundation, the whole tree is built upon is this guy right here. Knight of Wands, fire, fire. Knight of Wands is all about having self-confidence, a little bit of recklessness, but he initiates or she initiates a thing, right? He or she is dynamic and mature, and kind of like the Chariot, keeps going and doesn't stop until he or she achieves his or her goal, because he or she does not have a backup plan. Okay? It's do or die. And for you, Cancer, that's your foundation here. Do or die. Right? Being spontaneous, being impulsive, having an exemplary personality, good character, and motivation for the future. Right next to this Magus here, right? And is right here. This is your world of formation. Magus, you getting really good at something. Failure, you letting something go. And then right here in the middle, you keep going. This is your foundation. If the Magus and the Seven of Discs had a baby for you, Cancer, this is what it would be. Kind of. It's a weird way to put it, but this is it. This is your foundation. And what I like about this too is, I said it before, but it's a very mature energy because it's a knight, right? And you're going about whatever it is you're becoming in a very adult-like way, very mature way, okay? What all this adds up to, so to speak, your embodiment, your manifestation is a big old 9 of Cups, all right? Lord of Happiness. It's a sweet card. Now, we discussed nines. Nines are the culmination and accumulation of everything that you can wherever you want to, right? Continuation of the path of mastery of an 8. Now, keep saying now. In an 8 of Cups, one sees what they have to leave behind, right? Kind of a theme there, maybe. And they move on, right? Because something's no longer serving them. And they move into a 9. And they get the things that they do want, right? They leave the party that's no longer fun, and they take a walk, see a nice sunset, get an ice cream, maybe share it with some people later in the 10, but right now, it's a wish come true. It's a wish granted. It's joy that lets the heart overflow. It's being so happy that you cry. It's safety, it's physical well-being, it's material pleasure, it's developing trust in God, and it's the kind of happiness that comes from within, nowhere else. It comes from the subconscious. So Cancer, whatever it is you're doing here, you are coming out, well, you're coming out very happy, but the amount of work and energy and fight you're putting into this and no nonsense kind of attitude and focus and vulnerability, it's cool. It's cool, Cancer. You are becoming something. And you're not backing down until you become it. And that makes you very happy. It does. Cancer, that's all I got for you for the month of March. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you do, please like and please like it. If you would like to see more videos in the future, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next wormhole, okay? So much love. Bye-bye.